Hi. I'm back, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. If you don't know me, if you're new here, my name is Arlen. This is my YouTube channel. Here on my channel, we talk about social justice, social change, things like that. I'd love it if you'd stick around, maybe subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. I know I've been gone for a minute. I've had several people reach out and be like, hey, what's up? And so I really love and appreciate you guys for that. That's really sweet of you. Hopefully I'm now in a better place that I can get back onto YouTube and record and film more consistently. That's my goal. I'm hopeful for that. So we'll see. But I wasn't sure what to film for like a first video back kind of situation. And I thought it was important to kind of share my personal transformation, my personal journey with politics and my beliefs and opinions. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm kind of nervous for this video. I feel like it can definitely be taken negatively, and I'm hoping that's not the case, but we'll see. So yeah, thanks so much, and let's just go ahead and get into it. So I actually grew up in a very small town in Virginia, a very rural area. It was, of course, very conservative, very Republican. And so I very much had the external influences of not only my family, but literally my entire county, my entire area. It's just how I was raised. I was very conservative my entire life. And I say my entire life kind of loosely, because I didn't really know anything about politics until I was like 17, and took like a government class for my senior year of high school, you know? And so while I say my entire life, I definitely had the, like I said before, external forces of like a more Republican mindset my entire life. It was really only like 4, maybe 5 years that I would have considered myself a Republican. And it, again, was just because of how I was raised. It's the only thoughts and opinions that I had ever known. And so it influenced every decision that I had ever made. So that's a big part of my upbringing. It's definitely not a time in my life I'm proud of. I did not do anything to think for myself. I did just listen to the thoughts and opinions of everyone around me. I was very much the stereotypical, like, reads the Facebook headline article and nothing else in the article, and then just like moves on. It's like, did you hear about this? Like, that was very much me. That was exactly who I was. It is not, like I said, not something I'm proud of. Very, very embarrassed for the thoughts and views and opinions that I had at the time. But that's okay, because that's what this entire video is about, is learning and growing and accepting your change and accepting other people's change. So we'll get into all that in a minute. Just to tell you a little bit more about my hometown, it's super country, middle of nowhere, Virginia. Very small town, mindset and beliefs. It's kind of funny how this always seems to work out, but it's like the people that work the hardest are very much the kind of people that are like, if you work hard, you can have a great life, but then still like struggle to live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't want to put anyone down for that. I definitely think that a lot of the people in my hometown are doing the best they can, but it's just kind of ironic, I guess, that so many people do struggle, but still have the mindset of, if you work hard, that you'll be successful. And maybe they were successful with what they wanted, and that's perfect for them. I love that. If they're happy, then I'm happy for them. It's just kind of interesting. I never did really fit into my hometown. I always kind of had like dreams and goals bigger, and like kind of got teased for it in high school, that like I hated our hometown and I hated our high school and everyone we went to school with. And that wasn't the case. And the funny thing about that is I was the most like them at the time. And so it's just funny that like they gave me crap for that and whatnot. But to talk about how I came to like a party swap, to change my views and my opinions so drastically. I took some college classes my senior year. I was done with my major and just had to like meet the credit requirement to graduate. There were history classes. I really enjoy history. I love learning about the past accurately. And so I took some history classes, and they really opened my eyes to some atrocities that have been swept under the rug for so many years. And I mean, obviously changed my entire worldview. So it wasn't just these classes that changed my opinion so dramatically, but soon after I started my second semester of my senior year, we went into COVID. And so everything is locked down. People are passing away at rapid rates. I was very much in the mindset at the time of like, this is not a big deal. We're gonna be fine. I'm pissed I don't get to go back to school. And I quickly changed my opinion on that as well. And so we went into the summer of 2020, where obviously everything hit the fan. There were protests left and right, and injustice after injustice after injustice. And I would get on social media and just be devastated by the comments that I was reading and the posts that people were making. And the overall mindsets that people were having. And I think a good example of what I was seeing were people holding a brick and mortar store, a building, a storefront, to a higher regard than a person's life. And as we all remember, there were multiple people of color murdered the summer of 2020. And I can't even imagine the number of people we don't even know about, you know? Protests went across not only the country, but the world. I mean, it was massive. It was so beautiful and powerful in so many ways. And it just made me so sad that so many people were so okay with watching someone die on social media. It's just still a concept that I can't wrap my mind around, and I really struggle with. I don't understand. And so that's when I really started to see, you know, the Republican Party is not the one that I want to be with. These people do not match my ideologies and my mindset. And it's really funny isn't the right word, maybe ironic. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. It's interesting to me that I can now look back and understand those thoughts and opinions, those like internal struggles that I was having, because at the time I was still very much, I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative. My sister would tease me. She'd be like, oh my God, they're like, you're such a liberal now. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And would like throw a big fit, and like I was. And I think I struggled so hard to accept my transformation, because I feel like it's so frequently unaccepted, maybe not accepted, that people do change their opinions. You know, it's like once you say one thing one time, that has to be your set opinion forever. That has to be your set mindset forever. At least that's how it was in my hometown. I frequently get that vibe from people. I frequently feel like other people believe that to be true, and maybe I'm being inconsiderate in that. That's just what I've picked up. But that's kind of what I like really want to talk about today, is accepting your own change in mindset and accepting when other people change their mindset. I think it's so important that we celebrate when people educate themselves and do grow with their opinions. And so, you know, I think it's important that as we as people are growing in our mentality, in our age, in our environment, whatever the case may be, that we do kind of adjust our opinions and accept them ourselves. And so that was a big thing for me, was finally leaning into the fact that I'm not a conservative. I do not believe anything that they believe for the most part. I'm sure there are maybe some things that I'm like on the border with, but not many. And I don't want this to be a video that like seems like I'm putting down conservatives. That's not my point. My goal here is to help people understand that as humans we are going to change our minds. We are going to come across new opinions, and that it's okay to change your mind and your opinion when learning new information. I think that's so important, to reevaluate your thoughts when you are presented with something new that you didn't know before. I do think so many people want to do that. I think people mean to do that. However, something I've kind of come across within my own self, in my own research, in my own growth, is that I was taught such an incorrect version of history that I sometimes struggle to believe the truth. I sometimes think that's so far-fetched, that's so outrageous and violent and disgusting. There's no way that's true. But then it's, peer-reviewed, it's an academic article, it's, got all of these credentials to show that it is fact, that it is real, and that I was definitely taught, I was absolutely taught a whitewashed, white savior ideal of history. And so I just think that's something that, again, we as people need to take into consideration. I think people want to know the truth. People want to do the right thing. But when you're taught such lies for so long, when you're taught such a minor part of history for so long, that it is so difficult to finally acknowledge and accept the truths. And so I don't want to, get on this whole big tangent on history and whatnot. But I think we do need to be more kind to people and be willing to listen to people when they change their opinions and change their minds. I think that, now this is maybe a bit dramatic, this is maybe a bit rude of me. However, within my own growth, within myself, I find that the people that are not willing to accept the growth and change in other people are like that because they're not willing to grow themselves. So do what you will with that information. But I just wish, I hope that if you learn anything on this channel, it's that you live with love. I don't want to sound like super corny, but I mean it. I really do. I hope that we can live a more accepting and understanding lifestyle towards other people and ourselves. Oh my gosh, I hope that we can be more accepting and understanding to ourselves. I think that's so important, so essential to being good people, is being good to yourself. And I just hope that you instill that in you and then you spread that throughout the world. Even if it's just your world, even if it's just your circle, the people that you come in contact with every day, whatever it may be, I hope that you do that, and I hope it's fruitful for you as I hope it is for me. So yeah, that's that mushy little video that briefly touched on my transformation and the transformation I hope to instill in all of you. So I'm still learning and growing every single day. I'm still removing my covert beliefs, my covert racisms, my microaggressions, everything like that. And I hope to do that journey with y'all. So I hope you stick around for, whatever else is to come on my channel. And I just thank you so much for being here. Like I said before, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like, and I will see you all next time. Thanks, bye.